Hello, traders, and welcome to the market opening preview on a Tuesday, August 2nd, 2016. Traders is brought to you through FXCL Excellence in Trading. Traders, please come visit us at our website at fxclearing.com for your trading solutions. Traders, great to be with you. My name is William Gilday, and we are coming to you live from Thailand. Bright blue sunny skies and white sandy beaches. A little bit warm today, I gotta tell you, the heat's heating up again. Traders, pretty interesting day yesterday in the markets, and we'll get to that in just a moment. A lot of data came out yesterday, and the charts look pretty dull, most of them, but we'll take a look at that. Traders, let me introduce myself to you. Like I said, my name is William Gilday. I'm your moderator for the market opening preview series every single trading day before the London Open. Traders, I started trading in the year of 2006, and in 2008, I retired from a wonderful 27-year career as a firefighter paramedic out of the great state of Florida. Traders, 9 days later after I retired, I came to Thailand for a 3-month holiday to celebrate my career. And, well, traders, I'm in my 9th year living in Asia and absolutely loving it. Traders, I do trade the Forex market every day. I trade early in the morning, I trade Asia. In the afternoons, I trade London, and then at night, I trade the New York session only for about 2 hours, and I do trade a different instrument in the U.S. session. I trade options in the U.S. markets. So I'm pretty active in the markets on a daily basis. I do pay for news feed that's very active, so it keeps me informed on what's going on globally around the world. Remember, we're macro traders. We're not micro traders. We just don't trade one currency pair. We need to know what's going on, what data is coming out, when it's coming out. You know, and we know today that, the Aussie has their interest rate decision, and they're expected to lower their interest rates by 0.25 basis points. So we'll see how that goes. Traders, I'm a pullback trader. In other words, I like a currency pair to make a move. I like to fib that and then take my entry somewhere in that level. However, putting your fundamentals together with your technicals. So I love looking at charts. I like looking at candlestick patterns, price action, price structure, price failure, and of course levels, price levels. Forex repeats itself, and what happens is if you go to a level, especially the psychological levels, which is the double zeros, the 5 O's, the 2 O's, and the 8 O's, you'll find that price usually reacts to those levels, and it's just something that we need to keep an eye on and watch. So after I do an analysis on both the fundamental side and the technical side, I come up with a trade plan. Once my trade plan is basically set, I enact my trade plan, and I wait for price to come to me. I don't chase price. I want price to come to me. If it takes 6 hours to get to there, or it takes an hour, after the market's open, it doesn't make a difference. Price needs to come to me, right? We don't chase price. I'm not chasing candlesticks, right? Those days are way over. I was very fortunate. I had 2 mentors when I first started trading, and that was probably the first thing they taught me, and there's some very good money management skills. And that's how I've survived 10 years in trading Forex. And it just continues, and I love it. It's absolutely awesome career. And, my second career is just as exciting as my first one was. All right, traders, that's enough about me. Let's take a look at our risk disclaimer. Forex trading has a large potential rewards, but also a large potential of risk. You must be aware of the risks to be willing to accept them in order to invest in the Forex markets or any other markets. Traders, remember that this is a game of capital preservation, and you need to make sure that you have equity in your account so you can trade. So please do not trade with money you cannot afford to lose. Traders, always remember that past performance of any trading system or methodology is not necessarily indicative of future results. All right, the legal people should be happy we did that. Let's talk about some news and commentary. Let's see. The U.S. markets had a hard day yesterday. The Dow 30 closed negative 0.15%. The S&P 500 closed negative 0.13%, and the NASDAQ closed positive 0.43%, with the small cap 2000 closing negative 0.07%. So mixed in the U.S. market. Let's take a look at what's going on over in Europe. The DAX closed negative 0.07%. The FTSE 100 closed negative 0.45%. The CAC 40 out of Paris, negative 0.69%. The U.S. Stocks 50, negative 0.67%. All red in the Eurozone. All right, let's take a look at what's going on in Asia. The Nikkei 225, which is currently trading, is negative 1.09%, and that only opened about 37 minutes. The S&P ASX 200 out of Australia is negative 0.06%. The China 850 closed yesterday negative 0.21% as they have another hour before they open. And the Hang Seng at Hong Kong closed positive yesterday at 1.09%. Again, they have 1 hour until they open. And the Kospi friends out of Seoul are currently trading, and they are negative 0.50%. So let's take a look at the economic calendar today. I think probably the big news in uh, Asia today is we have building approvals coming out of Australia, and that's a high impact news event. And then late in the Asia session, we have interest rate decision and the RBA statement. So the Aussie is going to be moving around today, I would say. We have plenty of news in the London session. We have construction PMI coming out of the pound today, and we have FOMC member Kaplan speaking today in the U.S. And we have a lot of medium impact data coming out today, a lot, all over the place. Really unbelievable. Don't forget, we have out of New Zealand today, we have the Global Dairy Trade Price Index released today, as we do every week. And I'm glad to see they finally put that on the economic calendars. They weren't on the economic calendars for quite some time. In fact, that's the first time I've seen it actually on the calendar, and you had to go hunt to find out what was going on with that. Nothing came out today that's really of any big interest in the markets yet. Like I said, we have a little while until this Aussie data comes out, and they have a large amount of data coming out, by the way, today in the Asia session. So, commentary is yesterday was quite an active day in the markets. The markets, a lot of PMI data came out yesterday. ISM manufacturing out of the U.S. came and missed expectations. So oil dipped below $40 a barrel. However, it did close above $40 a barrel. I think that's giving a little shock to the market. But we're not seeing a lot of, as far as the Forex market goes, we're not seeing a lot of issues with it. As far as if you look at these stock markets, the New York Stock Exchange, they started off the day pretty bad. However, they did rebound at the end of the day, and I think they came out flat for the day. So not much going on there. And that's why we saw some red numbers out of the U.S. So my theory for today is I think it's going to be a busy trading day today. I think we have a lot of opportunities, and we got some currency pairs that are at some great levels to consider taking some trades. So let's get started. This is the euro dollar. Euro dollar flat. Look at this, just flat across the board there. I'd love to see this pop up to this 1.1186, and then we could take it all the way back down to that green line, which is a 200 exponential moving average. However, I don't know if that's going to happen. I think this daily pivot point is going to hold up with the 10 EMA, and the 55 is going to keep it in track. And then we're going to probably try to get an entry at 1.1162, and we'll get out at the 1.1107. So that's a nice 55 pip trade if we can get this to move. But you can see for a long time this has been sideways. Not a lot of price action here at all. Just really pretty boring. And saying that, let's move over to the pound. And, no difference here. Very little movement. Had a drop yesterday in London, and basically New York was just flat across the board. This trade yesterday actually worked in our trade plan. And the key to this trade was it didn't have a pullback, as you can see, was the crossing of the 10 EMA over the 55 EMA. And that was basically your opportunity to get in the trade for the second time. You could have rode the 10 EMA once you saw that it had three blue indecision candles, and then you saw a red candle. That second red candle, you could have went in there with a very tight stop because you were coming down to the 55 EMA. You would expect that we'd get a bounce there. Well, it went through it eventually and came on down. Now everybody's hanging out at the 200 exponential moving average. So we need a pullback, and we need a pretty aggressive one. We need to get back up to this R1 at 1.3552, and we'll take it all the way down to the support one pivot at 1.3137. Do I think it's going to get down there? I don't know. There's a lot of junk after that daily pivot point left of the chart. So we have a lot of Forex stuff to watch out for there. Let's take a look at the Aussie dollar. I expect this to continue to drop as they are expecting a rate cut today. And I expect this to continue to drop. I'd like to see this pull back. I don't think anything's going to happen until after the rate statement comes out. But this is going to be a really active pair today. So I wouldn't even consider trading this pair until we get into London. Now, if you're going to trade the news, that's a different story. If you're gonna put in some orders to trade data releases, that's totally different than just a normal trading day, right? But I expect this is just going to continue to fall with today's movements. Let's take a look at the Euro Aussie. It's one of my favorite trading pairs, and we talked about this when this bounced off that 200 exponential moving average, that this could just leg its way up, and it's doing it. It's just legging its way up and just keeps going up here. So we're just going to wait. I don't want to buy the Euro Aussie. I want to sell it. So we're just gonna wait for this to turn around. You can see that that little thin line is a 10 exponential moving average. Is pretty far away from price, and one's gonna come to meet the other at some point. And that's what I'm waiting for, and that's why you can see I haven't. I'd like to get in at 1.4817, and we'll get out at the 200 exponential moving average at 1.4729. Traders, the nice thing about this is a wide open trade. There's very little price action on the way back down. So this is kind of really kind of sweet to if we can get this trade off and working. We can make some nice pips here. Absolutely, this is like a 100 pip trade here if we play it right. All right, let's talk about the euro yen. Not a lot going on. Pretty much just waiting to see what the BOJ does in reference to their stimulus package, what they're going to do and what they're not going to do. I'm looking for a pullback to the 200 exponential moving average at 115.11, and we'll get out at 113.86. But you can see for the last 2 days, price action has just been absolutely flat. Nothing going on. Traders, let's take a look at the New Zealand dollar. New Zealand dollar flat also. Not a lot of movement yesterday and today. Slow start to the week. No data really coming out except for the dairy data that comes out later today. And this is, it's just been flat. But we're at resistance and we want to sell it. I only want to sell the New Zealand dollar, and we're really at the spot to do it. I do like the crossover of the 10 and the 55. And, we do have some good angle and separation, but I think we're going to have to get out at that 200. One, look left of the chart. We have some price action. Two, we got the 200 exponential moving average. So we're looking to get out at 0.7125. So we'd like to see a pullback. I don't think we're going to get one. So we're just looking for a bearish candlestick formation, and we can sell this and probably only grab about 25 or 30 pips at the most and basically get out. I would definitely scale out at that 200 if you're in it at full force. Once you start approaching that 200, I would definitely, and that's at 71.25, I'd definitely be watching what you're going to do next. Traders, early today. Wow, surprised myself. Traders, on behalf of myself, William Gilday, and our great friends at FXCL Excellence in Trading, I want to thank you for joining me on August 2nd on a Tuesday in the hot time of summer in Thailand. Traders, always remember to trade smart and not hard. Traders, please come visit our website at fxclearing.com for your trading solutions. Traders, have a great trading day, and we'll talk to you in about 24 hours. Take care now. Bye-bye.